Hi, welcome to King's Corner. I'm Jerry. I'm your host. And well, we've had a lot going on in the last few days, haven't we? Another horrible performance by the Red Sox yesterday, and an even worse performance by Brian Bello. He gave up six in the first, waved his catcher off in a show of tremendous immaturity, gave a press conference after the game where he was hostile, indignant that he was a starting pitcher. Well, he'll be a starting pitcher, but he'll be doing it down in Worcester. The Red Sox had tired of his act and sent him down. And I hope it helps him to grow up a little bit because that's his biggest problem. I've talked about it for a long time now. If there's an error behind him, if there's a bloop hit, an infield grounder that gets through, Bale just loses it. He's great when he's a front runner. He could go out and throw seven and shutout innings almost against anybody, uh, but not in a playoff game because he was really not ready to pitch in that playoff game against the Yankees last year. The sooner we can run him out of town, the better, in my opinion. I think he can do well because he's got a great arm. Nobody questions his stuff. Well, very few people do. But in another community, he might do well. Kansas City, uh, Colorado, even Colorado. So he's down. The Red Sox made a trade. They picked up Joe LaSorsa from Pittsburgh for cash. He's a reliever. Doesn't make much sense, and this has been talked about, to have a starter right now. Uh, why would you bring up a starter just to have him sit there for 4 days? I think LaSorsa will not be with the team very long. He'll be sent down when they need a starting pitcher. And who might that be? Well, there's some different possibilities. One person is Jake Bennett. Jake is a guy they got from Washington in a trade. He's a young kid. He's very highly thought of. He's been throwing the ball very well down in Worcester. His fastball's picked up some speed. So he's got a shot. I wouldn't be surprised to see them bring him up and give him another shot. He's a guy that Breslow went out and got, so that speaks well for him. Patrick Sandoval, remember him? He's going to throw, I think, an inning coming up, or they're going to try to. And he hasn't pitched in the big leagues in a long time. He's had arm surgery. So we'll see how he does in that. But that's another possibility a little bit down the road. And of course, we're hoping for Garrett Crochet. He got a bit of good news the other day that he can start doing some of his mound work again. So we'll have to wait and see on that. But I want to get back to Bayo. I really think he needs a sports therapist. I really do. He's a decent guy, from what I understand, but he needs somebody to walk him through his inner demons, his lack of confidence. I think while he's got $1 million arm, he doesn't have the heart and he doesn't have the head right now to be a top flight major league pitcher. He had a good year last year. And by the way, it hurts me to say that because once again, I'm not an expert on that, but just I've been watching the guy for 5 years now, and it's the same old story every game. And you could see yesterday when they didn't get the review at third because they waited too long, amateur hour in the dugout. They would have come out of that inning only down 2-0, and that might have been a different game. Even though they weren't hitting, I think when you fall down 6-0 and you know that you can't really put up a lot of runs, it's Katie by the door at that time. I think that, send Bayo down to Worcester, maybe get him some confidence down there, get someone to talk to him, walk him through these problems, and go from there. Because I saw on one of the sports radio shows where they were saying they didn't think he'd throw another game for the Reds, start another game for the Red Sox. I don't believe that. I think he will, uh, unless they can make a deal, because he does, believe it or not, have value. I mean, coming out of the bullpen, he had an 0.7 ERA, which is elite. So we'll have to wait and see. Sox start a 3-game series with the Yanks tonight. Sonny Gray going for the Sox. I think Weathers is going for the New York. It's either Weathers or Will Warren, but I think it's Weathers. And we'll have to wait and see. The Yanks will be without Judge. That won't hurt the Red Sox. But once again, to see the Red Sox win 2 out of 3 in this series would be very surprising. Although they've been better on the road, they do have a winning record on the road. So we'll have to wait and see. But that's where we're at right now. So a number of moves. made by the Red Sox, picking up La Sorsa. And some of the guys they've sent down. So hopefully Garrett Whitlock will be back soon. That gives them at least the 3 innings at the end of the game where you feel pretty good with Slayton and Whitlock and Chapman, of course, to finish out the game. So that's what we've got so far. We'll see you tomorrow and talk about the first game of the Yankee series. Hopefully the Knicks will lose too. I'll just throw that out there as a Celtic fan. And we'll see you tomorrow. Once again, I'm Jerry. This is Kenning's Corner. While you're here, give us a like, give us a subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye now.